Alright, let's talk about Master Duel and Duel Links, the online places to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't have the locals or if you don't like going in person or playing the TCG. These are great alternatives to that. Speed Duel is kind of basically Duel Links. I mean, they're basically the same thing. I'm pretty sure they were actually designed that way, but whatever, that's beside the point. Master Duel is kind of a mixture of the OCG and TCG. Like, the ban list is different from both, but it's strange. It's strange. So let's dive into it. One of you asked a while back my thoughts on these online games, and I wanted to make a video on it. We are going to start with all the positives and everything, okay? So if you want the negatives, they're later in the video, but let's start with the good things that I think these games are there for. Duel Links is extremely good for casual players. Like, incredibly good because you don't have to play online. I mean, you have to have like Wi-Fi or something, but you don't have to play against other players to still have fun and enjoy the game. You can play against the AI that they have in there. They have a bunch of like little duel lists that you can duel and get things from. So you still get rewards and stuff for just playing the game, even if it's not in an online setting. You don't get the same rewards as if you were playing against real players, but I think that's a good incentive for very casual players who just want to hop on and throw some Yu-Gi-Oh cards down. Yeah, Duel Links is so good for the casuals. I haven't played it in a long time, mainly because I don't have the time. There's so many games. I'm trying to keep up with all of them, and I can't play everything. So Duel Links is great, though. Fantastic for the casual players, and it also has Rush Duel in there now, so you can play Rush Duel. Rush Duel is incredibly fun. The last time I played it, I had so much fun. Like, way more than Speed Duel, if I'm being honest. It was just, it felt like classic, like playground Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, you just throw cards onto the board. And you're like, hey, I'm summoning this, I'm summoning that, I'm summoning my mega big monster, and I'm swinging. It's fun. It is a great time. You have both of those things to essentially play. I know that they're constantly updating it, doing things. It's great. Duel Links is fantastic. That's all I can really say about Duel Links because I don't play it enough. But I will vouch for it and tell you that it is very good if you're casual, just getting back into the game. Or if you haven't tried Rush Duel, go try Rush Duel. I'm serious. I think you'll enjoy it. I don't know why we don't have it in the TCG yet. I would pay money for that. I would pay money to play that. Like, seriously. Now, Master Duel is where we get into the thick of it. This game is really good for new players to Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Okay? So you're a brand new player, you never touched Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. I actually recommend it at the card shop a lot. I say, go play through the solo campaign. I'm dead serious every time because the solo campaign doesn't teach you everything. And it doesn't teach you necessarily the modern standards of Yu-Gi-Oh! But it teaches you the very base fundamentals of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the essential things that if you don't know, you could mess things up in the future. You know, it gets way more complicated than what they teach you in the campaign, but it gives you the structure of how the game is played. And I think everyone should go and play through them because now, especially, they have a large variety of deck challenges and things, so you could try a bunch of different decks and see how they work and all that. I highly recommend it. To everyone, all new players, it is so good at teaching people how to play. Now, this is where I think Duel Links actually has a leg up on Master Duel. Playing offline on Master Duel, like in terms of, can I just go battle an AI and still get rewards and things? No. Now, once you beat all the little side campaigns in the solo mode, that's it. It's just you versus other duelists, which is not a bad thing. The whole game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is playing against other players, but it is nice to have a space where people can just play and practice. And it's very hard to do on Master Duel without like a set space. That's where I think Duel Links just does it so well, because yes, the AI aren't that hard to beat, but it is so good to learn how to play your deck against them. And you can do it in Master Duel, kind of, but it's just different because it's the full, you know, experience. You have like all the monster zones, all the, yeah. I don't know. That's just one thing that I would say is missing there. But otherwise, the online experience ranking up is fun. It's good. The reward system's not fantastic, but it's there. And overall, it's just great for getting people into the game and also forcing creativity. You can be real creative in that game because the ban list is a little bit different. And I will also give them props on the ban list. They do a good job on the ban list. They're pretty consistent at doing things. It's not as sweeping as it usually would be, but I kind of like how they do it in Master Duel. So for the most part, that's all the positives. I'm going to tell you right now before I get into all, the other like negatives. I want to say that these are two fantastic things and I don't want to see them go anywhere. I want them to stay. I love them. I think that they're so good for the community. Bam, flat, period. That's it. Okay, so all the complaints I'm about to throw at you, don't take it as me hating these things. I love these things and I want them to be better. Point blank and period. That's always my take on most things around Yu-Gi-Oh! I just want the game to be better. That's it. So, Duel Links, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I can't say too much on the negatives of that. I will tell you the reason I stopped playing was price. It's very challenging to build decks completely for free in Duel Links. Because you gotta open packs, and the pack chances are not great. The way that they do, yeah, I don't like it. That's the main reason I quit, because I couldn't make the decks that I wanted in a reasonable amount of time, so I left. I've popped back in a few times to play Rush Duel because they gave you a bunch of free stuff for it, but I ran into the same issue, where it was like, oh, I want to build this, and then I looked at how much I would have to spend, and I was like, you got it, Konami, I'm good, I'm out. And I did. I stopped playing. That was it. That's Duel Links' biggest problem, in my opinion. There could be gameplay things. That's not up for me to say. Because literally the thing, I just stopped playing because I couldn't play the things I wanted to play in the game. That's it. But Master Duel, man, Master Duel's got a few striking issues. So when you play it, you'll notice they have a casual mode and they have a ranked mode. Casual mode is just that, only you don't really get anything for playing it. That's it. You just play it and they give you no rewards or anything for playing casually, which is annoying because that basically means that mode isn't being used. Like, the people who are using it aren't really casual. Yeah, just that. They're not really casual. They're not. Also, the ranked mode, oh man, it can... How do I explain the ranked experience? It is really fun, really fun, really fun, boring. Like, the higher up, in my opinion, the more boring it gets. Because when you're playing in the lower ranks, you get to see all these fun, unique, wacky decks. You know, you'll see people playing Watts. You'll see people playing, man, I don't even know, some wonky stuff. Scorpions, dark scorpions. You know what I mean? Like, you'll just see people playing fun, unique things. Well, quote unquote fun. Just unique is what I should say. You'll see very out there decks. And you do see them in the higher ladders, but it's much more rare. And you start to see the same decks over and over. Or if you don't see the same decks, you're going to see the same cards over and over the higher up you get. And that gets boring. So I try not to play to get high in the ranks. I try to just play in the lower ranks and enjoy my time playing. Which, that's not inherently bad. What's bad is every once in a while they'll have these events. And these events are super fun. They add like restrictions and things on what you can play. Super fun, but they're so limited. So limited. And sometimes I'm just like, why do we not have other permanent modes in the game? That is my biggest gripe with Master Duel, is that we don't have alternative modes to play. It's a video game. It is an online video game. You guys can do this. Like, you can just do it. You don't have to do anything else. You can just test things out in Master Duel and see how they go. I don't understand why they're not doing it. It doesn't make sense in my eyes at all. It's just another way to bring people into your game and get them to spend money on your game. But hey, that's my biggest gripe. The secondary gripe would be the price of gems in that game are insane, but I'll give them a counterpoint of, if you play every day, it's actually relatively easy to make new decks. Like, genuinely, if you hop on every day, do your dailies, hop off, you're gonna be able to build a new deck every couple of weeks or something. I've done it. I do it consistently. So I know you can do it. You can. And if you can't, you're just not consistently doing all your dailies and everything. I'm just being real. I mean, it might take you more than a couple weeks, but it feels a lot more obtainable than Duel Links felt. So, yeah, that is it. I like them both. Master Duel is my favorite. I haven't been playing it as much anymore because of... I just want different formats to play. That's it. I just want to be able to play different stuff and not get smacked every match. But hey, that is my opinion. You guys let me know your opinion down below, and leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Do all that fun stuff. If you're a long-time viewer and you want to see my videos earlier, you can join the YouTube membership. It is where the subscribe button usually is. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.